Hey, what's up, YouTube? What's up, TikTok? The time locally here in Toronto is 4:20 a.m. So usually I like to make my stories around 3 to 5 a.m. It's ghost stories. So let's get into it, right? So I had a couple of people reach out to me on TikTok, and I had a couple of people reach out to me on the YouTube, and they enjoyed the stories because they're real, man. It doesn't get realer than this, right? So let's get into another one. So the year is, I was 11, 93, 4, 5. So in 1996, now I went back to Trinidad. Now this is the third paranormal experience of my life. So we're gonna keep gradually going up. And trust me, as it goes up, it gets worse. Like, I wish it didn't, but it gets even worse in my life. So let's get into it again. So 1996, go to vacation. So every time I go to Trinidad, I always like to stay by my cousin's house, right? Just, we were like the same age. You know, he's the eldest cousin in the family. I'm the second eldest. We just got along, and I used to stay with them. Like, when I would reach there, my go-to place would be my grandma's spot, and then straight to his house, and that was it. So it was one night, I swear to God. So check this out. So in Rosilac in 1996, I believe his dad and them were building a house from like 1990. They were building it piece by piece, and then it was still complete majority of the way, like 95%, but little work here and there needs to be done on the house in 1996. And the area itself was also kind of underdeveloped. It was still developing, and now it's a booming area in Rosilac, right? So if some of you guys are from Trinidad, you'll know where Rosilac is. It's in the south part of Trinidad. It's a fairly bright area. It's not as like pitch black as you would say like Siparia, which is more of the countryside, which I've also been to, and I go to a lot. My grandma lives there, so I'm always in Siparia. So this particular occasion, I was in Rosilac, right? So his house now, these were more newly built houses in like the 90s, right? They were going away from the old time houses, where the newer houses now, you would have a downstairs and you would have an upstairs. So it would be a full-on two-story house, or two-story house. So you'd have the downstairs, where in the nighttime you'd have to lock up the downstairs, and then there would be a stairs on the outside. You would have to go up the stairs. It's weird because from what I know, like Toronto, we have the stairs inside. You don't have to lock up a downstairs to go upstairs, but that's how it is in the Caribbean, right? It would be time to go to sleep. We would lock up the downstairs, make sure everything is locked, and then go upstairs, and it would be like two separate, like it would almost be like an apartment upstairs, but it was a full house, right? So we would play cards and do things, and I remember we were playing cards until like all 12 a.m. So his mom told us, it's time to go to bed, it's getting late. And 12 o'clock is late in Trinidad, especially if people have to go to school and they have to get up the next day. People just wake up early, man, like all 4 or 5. I had to see my aunt is up, done preparing food for everybody, and they take things serious there with timing. So what did we decide to do now? We went upstairs, lock up everything, lock up the house downstairs, went upstairs. Instead of going to sleep now, we went in the kitchen, they had another kitchen upstairs, right? It was like a whole nother apartment with the same newly built toilet, newly like furnished up like kitchen and stuff like that, right? So he said, yo man, my dad has a big 24 case of those small 200 mils of Hennessy stashed in the kitchen. Let me take a bottle and drink. I'm like, yeah man, let me take a bottle and drink, because we have nothing to do, and I'm on vacation, and I'm enjoying life. And so I'm 14. We're not supposed to drink, but we're gonna drink anyways, right? And I'm just gonna let you guys know this, because it's gonna play into the story later. So all the lights in the house upstairs, because it was a newly built house, it sounds crazy, but there's no light switch. So you gotta put your finger or your thumb to this like sensor thing, and then it would like turn on the lights. And then if you wanted to turn it back off, you would put your thumb and it would turn off the lights, right? I know some people have that in Trinidad because my cousin has it. So, and that's in the 90s he had it. So you guys must have it in some households, right? I didn't see it in a lot of places still. Like he was one of the few places that have it. So I don't know how he had that kind of new vibes in his house, but he did. So we decided to drink. Now, yo, it went from 12 a.m. to 3 a.m. I swear to God, we were up, we were lying on his bed talking pure shit about like our, just random things, man. This is how how cousins do, man. We just sit there and just talk pure like jokes and just enjoy like little conversations about like like stories and whatnot. So we were just joking around in the bed for a minute because we were sleeping in the same bed, and friggin' it's 3 a.m. So, and mind you, we're taking shots this whole time of Hennessy, of his dad's liquor. So now, yo, and this guy's house, like where so imagine his bedroom, right? It's a small bedroom. When you enter the room, like directly in front of you on the wall you see to the furthest end of the of his room, it has a big louvers. A louvers is a window. And directly when you look outside, yo, there's no other houses, pitch black. There's not even a light outside. So like, but I always like got mesmerized when like just looking outside, because I'm always like, yo, there could be anything out there and whatever. Like I always thought that. That's the first thing I would think when I looked outside his window. And being from Toronto, sometimes it's nice to like touch back where you were born and just look at the place, just look. So I used to do that a lot. So we were drinking. Yo, 4 a.m. hit on. We're like, man, yo, listen, this is, he has to get up for school all at like 6:30 a.m. So like he's already tipsy. He has to go to sleep. And mind you, we're 14 and 15. Nobody knows we're drinking, eh? So now, me and this guy are trying to sleep in his room, yo. Like we're already tipsy a little bit and just enjoying everything, and we're like, man, time to sleep. So 12, we close the eyes, right? Just like, yo, sleep time. And yo, no joke. Yo, the minute me and this guy shut our eyes and we're like, yo, good night, yo, this guy's lights started to flicker on and off. Yo, and the more, when we opened our eyes, I'm like, yo, Anil, what the fuck is this? He's like, yo, I don't know. I'm like, yo, boss. I go, you have a ghost in your house? He goes, no. I never seen this before. I go, yo, man, did you guys do prayers in the house to bless it? He's like, hell yeah. I'm like, yo, what is this? And I'm talking like, we went under the blankets, and I'm like, yo, two of us, like, we didn't have the balls to get up in the beginning. And we're like, yo, what the hell is this? And the more me and him are talking under the blanket, the more violently the lights going on and off, yo. So finally, yo, after what seems like, again, like minutes pass, me and this guy are like, yo, we both have to get up and just go to the door and book it and leave, So we're like counting it down. We're like 5, 4, 3. I swear, when it hit 1, we both just ran through the door and went to his mom and dad's room. But the funny thing is me and this guy are calling for help, yo. We're like, help. And yo, nobody heard us. I'm like, how can nobody hear us? And they're like right down the hall. So now, yo, we went to his mom and dad's room. We woke everybody up in the house and brought them to the room. And they're like, yo, what are you guys doing? Why are you guys doing that? Why are you guys waking us up? Yo, we got to wake up and this and that. We're like, yo, there's a ghost or something turning on and off the lights. Yo, we brought everybody to the room. No joke. We brought everybody to the room. The lights is still. It's not even going off and on anymore. It's normal. And me and this guy are looking at each other like, and I don't even know if they believed us. And I'm like, yo, at least I have a witness here. And he knows that me and him have seen some weird shit together. So I'm just like, yo, I can't sleep in your room no more. Like, that's not happening anymore, man. No. And the funny thing is, that same morning he had to go to school. I didn't sleep all night. Yo, I couldn't sleep there, man. I just left the light on, and then the daylight came in. And even with the daylight coming in, yo, I was still like kind of like tripped out about his room. Even if I go like to his house now and I see the room, it brings me back to memories of that light going off and on. And the weird thing is, this guy has no light switch, bro. This man has a sensor where you put your skin or your thumb up to the, like there's this little square thing, you put it there and it turns on everything, and you put it back and it turns off everything. So how can, that's my third encounter with ghosts. And I didn't see this one, but you could definitely feel the energy. You could, obviously it's trying to get our attention, because I mean, it was like somebody going like this on the light switch, like just like off on, off on, off on, off on, like violently, like, and then we were screaming for people and nobody heard us, man. I'm gonna say it again, for all of you guys who come on my page and listen to my stories, these are real accounts. Like, I don't need to watch TV, I don't need to watch Unsolved Mysteries. Like, I got some real stuff. And just hit the subscribe button, keep in tuned with the notifications, so that way you're updated to when I drop a next one. Yeah, the next ones I'm gonna drop is just gonna get more in depth in some weirder shit and stuff that actually happened to me. Like, yo, like some crazy ass shit. And it's gonna be a longer video because there's a lot of explaining to do, and a lot of details I have to give you guys, so that way you guys understand the full story of it. But yeah, man, keep tuned on my channel. Leave a comment down there if you've had any weird paranormal experiences, anything similar to mine, with lights going off and on, and you know, at the time when it happened, what time was it, you know, yeah, just let me know, and I'll reply to you. If you have any questions, I'll definitely answer it and stuff. So yeah, man, so to all you spookies out there, hit the subscribe and check me out. I'll probably drop another one tomorrow. I'll try. I have so many stories of all kind of paranormal and weird intuitive stuff that happened to me. It's just a lot of different videos, and we're gonna definitely dive into it. I've been on YouTube and other like social platforms, and nobody like has real stories. Like, it's always, oh, I've heard, or my mom or my dad has said, but it's never their own account, like their own real stories. Like, I have real stories here, and I'm now sharing it after so many years. I've wanted to, I just didn't. I don't know, I just didn't. So take care, everybody.